What's good, YouTube? It's your boy D River. A. We have another MJF video. If you have already seen my other better than you video that y'all have been requesting, got lucky because been going up and down copyright and not copyright, and it's a lot, man. It was a 50-minute video. I literally had to chop it down to now it being like a 16. It was a 50-minute video, and it had that much copyright material that I had to chop it down for it to be like a 16-minute video. Seriously, I'm so serious. So hopefully this video could do that video some justice, because it made me very upset that I sat here for 50 minutes recording. Y'all didn't even get to see the whole 50. Makes me upset. But the parts that got chopped out most are mainly the parts of things from AEW, like copyrighted from AEW, as far as like match stuff. Not like them talking much. Most of it is just match stuff. But hopefully if you haven't seen that video yet, go see it. Right now it's still under the process of processing other parts that I took out. So it takes a while. Gets on my nerves. But hopefully this video can do that one some justice. If this first time come across my channel, make sure you subscribe for me. Scroll down below and like this video. It shows me that you like this kind of content. I already been liking up my other videos, MJF and CM Punk, and also my other videos that I have been doing about story times. Y'all been liking all of it. Y'all keep this going. This is about the same person. So the same person that's been doing the story times is the same person that's doing it. If y'all like the story time videos, y'all should like it. I haven't seen it yet. My last video I said I was gonna do this one because this was the next video on the screen. So I was like, I'm gonna do that one next. Here I am now. Like I said, if it's first time coming across my channel, make sure you guys subscribe for me. Down below, you should see 3 links, right? 3 links: Instagram, TikTok, and Twitch. If you follow me on Instagram, but those who do follow me on Instagram now, I appreciate all of y'all. Twitch, I will be doing a giveaway on Twitch. When? I'm not gonna tell you on here. You have to go on Twitch to find out. And TikTok. I know a lot of y'all got TikTok, and I just hit 2,000 followers on TikTok. So continue follow me on TikTok if you have been following me from. I appreciate all y'all that are watching this video. Let's go ahead and get this thing going. Also in the comments, if you want me to react to anything in particular, put it in the comments. Easier if you send the link. As long as it's appropriate, I will react to it. Go ahead and get this.
An uncharacteristic emotional promo on CM Punk. In this promo, MJF was in tears, and we saw a side of him that we've never really seen before, as he was actually vulnerable. We basically saw MJF's villain origin story. MJF might as well be the guy from the song Stand by Eminem.
CM Punk.
I wrote you, but you still ain't calling. I left my cell, my pager, and my home phone at the bottom.
We all know MJF as this detestable prick that we all love to hate, but MJF peeled back the curtain on himself and showed us a peek into his background. And it turns out MJF is the way that he is because of CM Punk. MJF is the most dastardly heel around, and literally no one likes MJF. Not the fans, and even his peers in real life. And it's all CM Punk's fault, at least in MJF's mind. MJF and CM Punk's feud has been absolutely amazing since day one, and the story has had several layers. MJF previously beat CM Punk through cheating, and then CM Punk challenged MJF to a dog collar match at AEW's Revolution 2022. In this promo where he laid out the challenge, CM Punk pulled up a picture of him and a young MJF from over 10 years ago, when MJF was a fan. CM Punk then told MJF that it was probably the greatest day of his prepubescent life, but for CM Punk, it was just another Friday. This statement had a lot of truth to it, but it visibly upset MJF, and before he could even mutter a word in response, he despondently dropped the mic and walked off the stage. And right away, you could tell something was very wrong. This wasn't the MJF we knew. The MJF we knew would get on the mic and rip CM Punk apart with his words, but instead, he just walked away. Something in CM Punk's words struck a chord with MJF that got him a little teary-eyed, and this laid down the seeds for his promo the following week. The following week, MJF's music hit and he came down to the ring in a downcast manner, and you knew instantly that there was something wrong again, as it looked like MJF had been crying. At first, you'd think that MJF's probably bluffing, because there's been times in the past where he's been able to showcase his ability to cry on cue, but this felt different. MJF proceeded to say that he was a huge fan of CM Punk back in the day. We all knew this because it's been established in the feud many times, but MJF then proceeded to take it a little bit further. MJF went on to say that at some point in his life, professional wrestling was the only reason that he got out of bed in the morning. During the early parts of this promo, the fans were relentlessly booing MJF, even though MJF was saying some pretty deep stuff. MJF was basically pouring his heart out to the fans, and they were like this.
Ratio L, you fell off.
MJF started to reveal more about himself. He revealed that every day in school was hell for him because of his severe attention deficit disorder. He also revealed that he felt somewhat like an outcast because he struggled to make friends. He also revealed that football was his saving grace because it was the one thing that he was good at, but even though he was great at football, he still got bullied by the kids on the team for being Jewish. Bullying is a very serious issue and can have lasting effects that go into adulthood. So the things that MJF went through is actually really sad to hear. MJF then went on to say that despite him being an outcast and feeling broken because of his bullies, he was motivated by CM Punk to overcome the challenges that he was facing. That's why their meeting on one fateful Friday afternoon was so important to MJF. CM Punk was such an inspiration to
Hold on, bro.
a meeting on one fateful Friday afternoon.
Bro, tell me he don't look like FaZe Rug in this. Tell me he don't look like FaZe Rug. Except for the mouth. But like the nose up. FaZe Rug, bro.
So important to MJF. CM Punk was such an inspiration to MJF.
And I don't know if y'all are basketball fans, but Luka Doncic, however you want to say it. The Dallas Mavericks. That's what he look like right here. Like Luka.
That MJF chose to become a wrestler and be the best in the world, like his hero CM Punk. But then one day, suddenly, the young MJF's world came crashing down as CM Punk left WWE in January of 2014. CM Punk was a major star in WWE, and when he left WWE in 2014, it upset a lot of people, me included. CM Punk's departure from WWE is very well documented, but at the time when he just left in 2014, not enough information was out there, so it kind of seemed like CM Punk just kind of abandoned the fans that had been supporting him for so long. CM Punk's tell-all interview with Colt Cabana only came out about 10 months after his last appearance in WWE. So in the time between that, there was a section of fans who felt betrayed by CM Punk. MJF was one of those fans. MJF was so devastated by CM Punk quitting that he lost all of his passion for wrestling, and he thought to himself, if CM Punk couldn't do it, how could some, and I quote, dumb, 5'0" ADD riddled Jew boy do it? Clearly, MJF was absolutely crushed by CM Punk leaving WWE, so he decided to quit on his dream of becoming a wrestler. In MJF's mind, all hope was lost for him, so he chose to go down the normal path instead and go to college and forget about his dreams. But then one day, when he was in his dorm room, he saw a picture of CM Punk and Bryan Danielson, and it pissed him off so much that he got into his car and he made a promise that he's going to become the best in the world, in spite of CM Punk. MJF made a promise never to give up, just like how CM Punk gave up. He made a promise to never ever leave the fans high and dry, just like how CM Punk did. When MJF needed CM Punk the most, he wasn't there for him, and MJF decided to take matters into his own hands and prove that he's better than CM Punk. MJF was truly vulnerable in this promo. It highlighted the reason as to why MJF is the way that he is today. MJF being such a bully to everyone else is a defense mechanism that has manifested from his troubled past. MJF found solace and hope for the future in his hero CM Punk, but CM Punk ultimately abandoned him and let him down. So now MJF is on a mission to prove that he's better than everybody else. MJF is willing to do anything and everything.
Am I the only one that hears that screaming? My ears? It's like screaming. Hold on. I know it's probably part of the music. I'm gonna turn this up. Maybe y'all hear it.
Hero CM Punk, but CM Punk ultimately abandoned him and let him down. So now MJF is on a mission to prove that he's better than everybody else. MJF is willing to do
Might have got in a car crash. I don't know what's going on.
anything and everything to prove that he's the best in the world. The fact that the lines are blurred between reality and his character shows how much MJF is dedicated to the craft of pro wrestling. This dedication stems from his intense love for pro wrestling, and this intense love for pro wrestling was a sort of escapism tool for MJF growing up. MJF's main man was CM Punk when he was growing up, and when CM Punk let him down, it hurt him greatly. This was the result of something called a parasocial relationship. Parasocial relationships are one-sided relationships where one person extends emotional energy, interest, and time into a persona, and the persona are not even aware of the other's existence. It's basically like you forming a relationship with someone in the media. While this can be healthy, some people take it to the extreme and hold their relationships to personas to the standard of real-life relationships. This was the case with MJF and CM Punk. MJF took CM Punk leaving WWE personally, and it invoked genuine heartbreak and rage rage in him, and it spurred him on to become the person he is today. The craziest thing in all of this is that all of this was going on in MJF's life as a result of CM Punk, but CM Punk didn't even have any idea of this, and he only ever really knew of MJF's existence when AEW reared its head in 2019. CM Punk didn't even realize his vile creation until it was too late, and that's how powerful parasocial relationships are. There's a quote that says, "The last one in the room is the weakest one in the room," and the fact that MJF constantly hurls insults at people could be because he actually is the weakest person in the room and one of the most damaged people. There's another quote that says, "Hurt people hurt people." That's why MJF constantly hurts people with these words no matter who they are, even in non-wrestling situations. MJF might actually secretly hate himself, and he projects that hate onto other people. This promo was so fascinating because it pulled back the curtain on who MJF truly is. MJF didn't cut this promo. Max did. The same Max who found it hard to make friends. The same Max who had a litany of learning disabilities. The same Max who was bullied for being Jewish. The same Max who was an outcast. For the longest time, MJF has managed to make everyone believe that he has this invincible coat of armor and that he's untouchable. But there's a real person behind MJF. A real person with feelings, struggles, hopes, and dreams. A real person who felt betrayed by one of these heroes. If CM Punk didn't leave WWE in 2014, I have no doubt that MJF would still be a wrestler, but I doubt that he would be as successful as he is today. If CM Punk didn't leave WWE in 2014, then we might have gotten a different version of MJF. Maybe even a face version. CM Punk's departure and betrayal lit a fire under MJF's ass that made him relentless and made him do whatever it takes to get to the top. CM Punk created a monster in MJF, and now CM Punk has to deal with what he created. MJF is certainly very talented though. He does not miss when it comes to promos. The emotion that he showcased in this promo evokes so much sympathy from the viewers that when he first walked out, the crowd were booing him. But as he finished the promo, the crowd were cheering for him. This is testament to how brilliant a character MJF truly is. He has a magnificent range when it comes to promos. As a heel, MJF cut an even better babyface promo than majority of the babyfaces in AEW. It's actually quite scary the fact that he's only 25 years old. He's truly a prodigy of pro wrestling and is bound for the stars. People on the internet also had nothing but praise for MJF as people were gushing over this promo, with many calling it the promo of the year. Dave Meltzer even went as far to say it was one of the best promos anyone's ever cut. I mean, seriously, this was an all-time. When this promo was over, I thought it was an all-time classic promo, like the kind you remember for 20 years. Such high praise from so many people is indicative of how talented MJF truly is, and the fact that MJF was able to shed tears during this promo just made it even better. CM Punk then came out with a confused but bewildered look on his face, and he asked MJF if what he said was true, and MJF looked into the eye of the man who literally changed his life and said that it was true, and left the ring with tears in his eyes. This was truly an astounding segment, and it proved exactly why MJF is a gold mine. MJF wants to destroy the man that made him into a monster, and I can't wait to see who wins at AEW Revolution. Honestly, by the end of 2022, MJF should be AEW's world champion. Thank you for watching the video. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Hey, like I said, I did the better than you reaction video that y'all been asking me. And hopefully y'all get to see it because like I said, it's in the process right now of chopping those parts out on YouTube. Then it'll be up again. So hopefully within next day you'll be able to see. So I did the reaction because y'all been asking for it forever. So I actually did it. So whether y'all see it or not, sorry. But I actually did it. So hey, like I always say though, if you got a video you want me to react to in particular, make sure y'all go ahead and send it to me down below in the comments. Let me know your thoughts on this video. Like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy D Real.